Hi everybody, this is Judy Parcell. I'm in my studio right now and I kind of wanted to talk to you on the topic of what constitutes a studio, and it's different for everybody. I have artist friends that like to work big, and they'll open their garage door and they'll put up their easels and they'll slap the oils or the acrylics on big canvases and do abstracts. And they're happy, and it's fun to watch them. And they got a lot of freedom of movement when they're doing that. And they can leave their studio set up and messy and it doesn't matter. That works for those kinds of artists. Now I'm going to talk about me briefly, and then I want to talk to you about sacred spaces and your studio. I have dedicated my studio because I had a extra room in my house I could use that has the western sun coming in through the window, and I painted my walls the starkest white I could buy at Ace. I did my ceiling and my walls. I hang no art on my walls as that bounces the light differently. And most of my art is in galleries, or whatever is home waiting to be rotated out to galleries are in storage. So I want to talk about what kind of art I do and how the light affects it. I do reproductive art. That would be, I'd take like those two back there are originals. Let's say I would scan one or two of those on a scanner. What happens is it alters the colors. For example, the reds in that would turn brown when I got ready to print it out. So light in a studio is important because it teaches you to pick certain pigments for reproductive art and certain pigments for, like this piece that I have going into the gallery. I'm not reproducing that, I'm just hanging it. I also know what my art looks like. I don't need to keep viewing it every day. So that gives me the light bouncing off the walls and is of great help to me. But not everybody has my ideal situation or has a garage they can dedicate to their art, or a big studio with big glass windows, which is kind of out of Hollywood. I would hate to have one of those studios. You'd fry in them. There'd be too much sun. Anyhow, getting back to those other people that don't have that good situation, a lot of it is because you're in the cities, you got your careers going for you, and you're in one of those micro mini apartments, or you are in an RV and you're retired, or you're in one of those cute tiny houses. And all of these have one thing in common: not a lot of space. So you get kind of creative using the space that you have. When I was in my career in the city, I lived in one room for 15 years, and I had to dedicate a desk. That desk you see back there was the one I used. That's what I did all my art on. But that was my altar. That was my sacred space. So if you're in a situation where you don't have the convenience of a lot of space, then you might want to create an altar to yourself. So look around and see if you can find a corner. Oops, I was going to sneeze. A corner or just a desk like I was talking about to dedicate your creative projects to. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Leave your comments below. Tell me what you think. Also leave some creative ideas for other people to read. It's very helpful. It's like we kind of get together and we knock around ideas with each other. And that's very helpful. I paint with a group of artists. And if I'm in the middle of painting and I go, I don't know what to do here, somebody has an idea. So be sure to leave your comments below. And until later, you have a good day. See you then.